dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seeming. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Oh, and we in there. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses in the high vibrating species on the planet, those that are vibing high. How are you? Welcome back to the channel. Peace and love to you again. Academates, I see you. Peace and love. Have a seat with me, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. You know what I mean? We are back with another SCP to cover. Thank you for joining the brother. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button on your way in the door. Yeah, if you haven't been with us so far, we got a shadow that likes to trail us and do the most with our numbers and stuff. Okay, so if you will, you know what I'm saying, it just helps us get in the algorithm, guys. We could really use it because we're really putting in some effort over here. We're really putting in some good work over here. You know what I mean, we let the subscribers, you know what I'm saying, let them say it. We doing a good job over here, okay? So and I'm grateful for y'all comments, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for all the comments. I'm grateful for all the people that have said things, even though they deleted. I do apologize. I have no control over it. I'm sorry. Sorry. But they be on some other, and yeah, we're gonna have to fight through it. So, but that's what the Academy's for. That's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying? To fight through it, to get our thing on, to get our truth on, and we're gonna get our truth on, and we're gonna get the truth, and you know what I'm saying? Because other people don't want to do it for us. So salute to those that like to bring the truth out. You know what I'm talking about? Salute to you. Peace and love and abundance to you if you like to bring out the truth. It's bittersweet for a lot of people, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Even for, you know what I'm saying, myself. Some things just, it'd be like, why'd it have to be like that? But, you know, it is what it is, and we kind of move through it. Especially when we realize it's a part of the program, and it's the way things are supposed to run. And yeah, it's our you know what I'm saying, choice to go along with it or go against it. You feel me? We don't have any numerology. We have pattern screamers right here. I don't see any numerology as far as the numbers are concerned, but I do see numerology. I don't know how I got on the two. I guess the thing tried to run on me. The 2 seconds down here that we got, which, you know what I'm saying, I'll be in this corner, so you really don't see that. But I did see this, and that looks like a number 6 to me. It looks to be 2 number 6s. So what we can do is we can add up these 2 6s that we see, which is 12, which would give us a 3, or we could just run with the 1 6 and just do 6. What do you say? How about this? How about we do both? How about we just pull out both? We're not gonna read through both. You know what I mean? We're just gonna pull both, since we really don't have it. All right. So let's pull the tarot for the 3 and the 6. And the 3 is creativity. The Empress, the card. It's the Empress card. It's creativity, fertility, and relationships. It represents the full moon, which I believe we're under one right now. Possibly not when you get this video. More than likely when you get this video, it won't be a full moon. But as I'm doing this video, I believe we're under a full moon. And the bringer of life. It's the ruler of communication. And then we have the 6. It's the Lover's card. Love and choice. The need to make a choice in any area of your life, considering all consequences. So that's, you choose and be prepared to be accountable for the choice that you make for your life. You know what I mean? It's your road, your path, your situation, your issue, your problem, your whatever the hell it is. Or if there's anybody included in the issue, then this is a duo thing. Then, you know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all can make a decision, make a choice in life, and consider all the consequences, whether good or bad. You got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the bad with the good. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be around, you know what I mean, when everything good, you know what I mean? And then like what Pimp C say, you know what I'm saying? When everything was good, everybody wanted to fly the flag. You know what I'm saying? As soon as everything went down, don't nobody want to fly the flag no more. You know what I'm saying? You got to be with the good times and with the hard times. Okay? That's how that goes. So consider all consequences when you're making your choice. And that's the number 6. And that's only because I see it right here. It's only because I see it right here on the screen. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to bring this out. Now it's kind of looking like the Occupy, you know what I'm saying? Octopi. Like some, man, maybe a whole bunch of 9s right there. Okay, well this smoke is definitely a numerologist. Because he got numbers all around this thing. And we ain't gonna do it like that. But anyway, so with the 6, and because I got a lot more of the 6 pulled out, we'll go through. Okay, so it's the feminine in energy. The 6 it's Venus, the planet Venus energy, Taurus in the 2nd house, and Libra in the 7th house. And the positives are dependable, loyal, loving, magnetic, responsible, comforting, balanced, thoughtful, stable, sociable, artistic, service-oriented, family-oriented, kind, outgoing, consistent, and understanding. Hey, man, I like those attributes with the number 6, dude. For real. I like those attributes. You rocking with the 6, and those are your attributes, man. Salute to you. Keep that going, man. Keep that going. Just keep it going, ma'am or man. It don't matter. You know, if you're harnessing that energy right there, keeps that going. Watch out for the energy vampires, though. So for the negatives, we got a little stubborn, gossiper, a judgmental, domestic tyrant, interfering, meddlesome, doubting Thomas, cynical, dogmatic, suspicious, jealous, complacent, self-righteous, worshiping persons and things. You know what I mean? If you're going to worship anything or anybody, I'd say worship yourself. I would say worship yourself. Stop giving energy to everything else and everybody else. Give you some energy. Give yourself some energy. Give yourself some time. You feel me? Occupations, we have teacher, lawyer, artist, singer, a doctor, nurse, advisor, a tutor, a dentist, voice teacher, public servant, an athlete, host or hostess, a social worker, counselor. We got a realtor, union leader, professor, surgeon, beautician, artist, makeup artist, public speaker. Yeah, and a public speaker. Some tidbits. We have rulerships over hospitals, institutional buildings, museums, beautiful homes, bedrooms, fields, pastures, daycare centers, neighborhood shelters, civil defense shelters, art galleries, health centers. Okay? The colors are the entire blue family. And the tarot again is the Lover's card. Alright, so we already went through the Lover's card. So Academates, that's numerology for the day. I mean, I guess I said we didn't have any, but we got some. And it's only, like I said, again, only because I'm observant and I seen the numbers over there. Or I saw the numbers over there. And it looks like smokeless fire, or a fireless smoke. Whatever it is, it gave me some numbers. It gave us some numbers to work off of. All right, so we're gonna work off that 3 with the Empress card, and we're gonna work off the Lover's 6 card, and we're gonna see what this pattern screamers has for us. And outside note is what I like to do here on this channel is to see if we can correlate without correlate anything that goes on here with real time, and we've been able to do it a lot, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's still my perspective, and I want y'all to understand that. Those that view this channel, it's still my perspective, and I'm not opposed to any other opinions. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I say drop your opinion in the comment section. You know what I mean? Just be respectable I mean, you ain't gotta come so hard at me like that. It's like it's cool. It's fine. Just when you understand that it's my perspective, and you're entitled to your opinion as well and your perspective as well, and I expect you to do so. And let's pull information together, and let's go over it together in its totality. What you got, what I got, what he or she got, and let's see what we have. And we may actually have something that could benefit us all. You feel me? And that's what I'm about. Just trying to bring us together and see what we got. But there's a lot of truth that needs to come out first, and we have to get through that. And we're gonna need people to be a little bit more open-minded and understanding as to when the information comes out. Everybody's not gonna like it. I mean, on no side, on no spectrum, you're not gonna like what comes out. You're gonna appreciate it because it's good to know information. Things are always good to know. Whether you can use it or not is up to you. You see what I'm saying? But there's no way you're gonna tell me that you can't use a bit of truth in your life. We can all use some truth. We've been dealt a handful of lies like a mother. So, but yeah, we're gonna get this thing underway. Academates, I hope you got what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get this these pattern screamers busting. Just be sure to pay attention to detail, because what I mean by bringing realism to it is patterns that scream at you, of things that continually, like history repeating itself until somebody sees that there's a pattern being ran, and we got to stop this. You feel me? So that's how I'm looking at this. That's how I'm taking it. It may or may not go that direction. We don't know, seeing that it says pattern screamers, and we got, I guess you could say, a mirror reflected pattern thing going on here. I don't know. So we're not going to draw any extra conclusions or speculations. We're just going to get into this thing and see what they got for us today. This is the Exploring Series. Salute to y'all again. You know what I'm saying? I do appreciate the content and a way to bring this to the people where it's a little bit more digestible, I guess. Y'all ready? 3 seconds.
In the film The Matrix,
Morpheus
famously asked pattern screamers.
There we go.
In the film The Matrix, Morpheus famously asks the question, what is real?
Yeah.
Well, the SCP universe is of course filled with things that we would certainly not consider real. Most of the SCPs are tangible or perceivable in some way. There are those concepts, however, whose reality is debatable, even to the SCP Foundation, begging them to ask the question of what exactly is real. Pattern screamers are one of the more confusing topics to cover within the SCP universe, and I can hardly promise you'll end this video with a full understanding of them, but I'll do my best. Rather than simply trying to succinctly explain what a pattern screamer is, I think it's best if I first go over a few of the core SCPs related to them. SCP-3930 are a series of spheroidal entities located throughout space, each roughly in the shape of a human heart, and each are massive, often in excess of 50,000 kilometers in diameter, making them the largest life forms known to the Foundation. It's estimated that there are somewhere between 1 billion and 50 billion of these entities within our galaxy, although there are very few within 1,000 light-years of Earth, compared to other regions of space. The Foundation have been utilizing the capabilities of another SCP in order to observe these entities, which also allows observation from various points in time. It's unknown if these entities are sapient, but they are capable of movement, albeit very slow movement, akin to our modern rocket technology. Practically every observed entity has been shown to be slowly moving towards young protostars, a process which takes them millions, if not billions of years, and it's believed they have similar lengthy lifespans. Once in the orbit of a protostar, within a zone where temperatures would be quite similar to Earth's, they begin creating a planet. Each of these planets is similar to Earth, possessing a breathable atmosphere, magnetic...
I thought so. Hey, this sounds like celestials. It sounds like God by man. Listen. Okay. I mean, because they're creating planets, so therefore, definitely creator gods. So you know what I mean. And that's our 3 right there. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's exactly why I went to the 3. We added it up, you know what I'm saying, 12, we got the 3, right? And creativity. First, it's the first thing on there, the creativity. Alright. Fertility. Then we got hearts. It says the shape of hearts, spherical anomalies, alright? They look like light bodies. So these could definitely be gods in their God form. You know what I'm saying? Because like Cthulhu, or you know the Lovecraft's his monsters, right? Some of these things are just like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like the entire space is it, and whatever you see is it. Like whatever entity it is, you know what I'm saying? So, and you got these things, they say that it's not a heart, it's in the shape of a heart. It looks like a heart, but they're spherical, and that's the energies, and that's how energy flows in spirals, in spirals, right? So you got down and then you got up, you know what I'm saying? So it's the way they spin. And he said they're moving toward younger stars, so, and then they get there and they start creating planets. Yeah, so it sounds like, to me, it sounds like gods moving throughout the galaxy. 50,000 of them, yeah, angels, celestial beings, primordials. What I mean, you pick what you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? But they have the capability of creating solar systems and galaxies and planets and shit. So if that's the case, then we're definitely looking at carbonated beings. I'm gonna say that for a fact, because that's what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's another truth that they try to hide. That it's a lot of carbonated neuromelanin beings out here, all over the place. Any galaxy you go in, you're gonna find us, dude. Ain't nowhere you going, and then we ain't gonna be there first. Okay? So long as people start understanding these truths as they come out, I think everybody's gonna be okay. I know you're gonna feel the way that you're gonna feel, but to be honest with you, we don't care. We really don't care, and they definitely don't care. Especially the ones that didn't get caught up in this lockdown. They definitely don't care about your feelings and how you're gonna feel about the information when it comes out. They just know that we need to bring it out because we, most of all, have been pushed from it, and it's our knowledge, and we've been stripped from it, and everybody else has been privy to it, depending on who you rocking with. So there'll be a lot of pale people around here that don't know half the stuff that I know because they're not privy to the information, or they're not putting themselves in the position to be privy to the knowledge. See what I'm saying? But then there's other pale people out here that's out here looking, and they because they know it's the difference, and they want to know what the difference is, and they want to know about the hidden truths as well. So now we're out here in space, and we got some things that look like hearts, but they're in spiral, and they're creating planets, and they move in slow as rockets.
Active core
we got patterns. So let's see. But we definitely got the 3. We got the 3 knocked out because we got creativity already.
A fully formed moon, and is highly conducive to life. The process by which these planets are created involves a number of complicated steps, during which the entity will open up and extrude a number of different substances to help build, shape, and terraform the planet, including utilizing some sort of constructs.
Oh man, these are terraforming, dude. I mean, if they're terraforming, then they got to be creator gods. So it's some type of god or goddess I mean, in their astral, in their I guess in their God form. So you really can't tell what it is or what she is or what it is, because it's in that celestial form, the celestial body, and it's out here doing the work, doing what, you know what I'm saying, what Great Mother told us to do. So more than likely, if this thing is creating a planet, then it's going to be a god that's doing it. Well, or goddess, because technically the men would be the goddesses, because the women, the black woman, the so-called black woman, is God, right? Yeah, y'all gonna find out. You're gonna find out. All right. So when you got that, then that basically says the male would be the goddess. You know what I'm saying? And if you can accept that, then that's better for you. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna go a hell of a lot further to be able to just accept your position and what it is, whatever it's titled. Because at the end of the day, just because it's God or goddess, that's just a separation of it. It still doesn't denote.
It will also create pre-built cities and structures across the planet before leaving and moving towards another protostar. A doctor finds it inconceivable that these entities are not capable of communicating with one another, and thus wishes to make attempts to communicate with them. He goes on to say that these entities must be machines created by someone, and that they seem to be building new planets and homes for humans. He believes that although it seems as if...
No. Not for humans, for us. Not for humans. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it. Y'all gotta think about this. If you're in the solar system, that means you have a sun. Everything on the planet is not conducive to a planet if you can't take the sun. If the sun is getting rid of you, or the sun is burning your skin, you getting skin, you know what I'm saying, your melanomas and all this other stuff going on with your skin because the sun, what the sun does to you, then that means you're not conducive to the planet. Then that means you're not from the planet. That means you need to find out where the hell you're from. And that's probably about as nice as somebody could really put it. Is if you know what I'm saying, you going through the whole sunburn thing, the sun burns you. If you stay out in it too long and the sun burns you, then that's an automatic red flag, right? No pun intended, but that's an automatic red flag that says that you are not conducive to the planet. Because the sun is burning you. The sun gives life. The sun gives life to everything that's outside this window. All those trees, the birds, the grass, the flowers, the water, the everything. The sun gives life to that. Photon energy. The grass eats through a method called photosynthesis. And these avatars, ours at least, used to do the same thing. Once upon a time, and that upon a time is coming back. You just, get ready. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get ready. I'm just saying, it's stuff that's going on right now in this. See, this is what I mean. Where we can take what's going on in these SCP Foundation scenarios, and we can put them and base them in real life, real time, right now. This is what's going on.
If there are no people traveling to
that's
these
what's
newly
getting me
formed
the shadow
planets,
band, and y'all got
they must be out there somewhere.
I don't know
He
what
went
to
on
tell
to
you.
establish
That's wrong.
contact with one of the entities using an SCP, and received a transmission containing a voice comparable to that of a young female speaking in an ancient dialect. I will read the transmission, although there are gaps where information was lost. Oh, my masters, lost for so long.
No, I wasn't lost.
The war, the terrible, awful genocide of the pattern screamer. We extinct. We didn't know. We could only flee, build for the survivors, but we feared our work was in vain. But we never dared to hope that some would remain in part of galaxy. Are you satisfied with our work? It took long, and we feared it would last forever. our empire outshone the... and now it will do so again. My masters, oh my masters, we are coming home. So at this point we know that at some point in the past, humanity was far more advanced than we currently are, until something called the Pattern Screamers caused the near genocide of our species. This tells us that the Pattern Screamers are highly dangerous.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let him go because that's a whole nother that I'm not even finna unpack for y'all. But yeah, y'all fucked up some stuff when you got here. Majorly, yes, technically, on a technical level, boy, when we talking about technology, man, on top, yes, we were already doing it. You came in and set us back.
But doesn't tell us why they tried to wipe us out, or what exactly they are.
It's crazy, bro. Like, man. All right.
At some point in the last 2 decades,
go ahead.
A reality restructuring event occurred somewhere in Asia. The Foundation, studying the aftermath of this event, realized that the bamboo plants in the area were showing signs from before the restructuring, which shouldn't have been possible. So they classified them as SCP-3930. While studying the local pandas to see if a diet rich in these unique bamboo plants would provide resistance to reality restructuring events, a panda suddenly woke up mid-surgery and began speaking. To save time, I'll summarize its conversations. Essentially, the bamboo and pandas are being utilized by some form of entities from somewhere or some time beyond our existence. The bamboo plants are functioning as data storage and network infrastructure, utilizing quantum entanglement, and the pandas serve to propagate data across the cluster, working as a giant organic computer of sorts. The entities exist within a region spanning most of East and Southeast Asia, and are only capable of speaking to the Foundation through the pandas. It seems that they existed in some sort of previous incarnation of our universe, and use abstract terms to describe their existence, such as feeding on concepts. They prepared for some sort of ascension, but then the pattern came, which they describe at first as an all-consuming emptiness, elaborating by saying that anything that passed into it was torn asunder, subjected to a set of principles and order that grinds things down to nothing, in a process of which entropy is just one part. The pattern is highly abstract, and likely beyond our understanding, but the point is that it is dangerous and all-consuming. These entities were once just akin to shadows of some other entities, but to avoid being consumed by the pattern, they had to devour their peers. Although one tribe decided to form themselves into something that could survive the pattern by going into it. This tribe entered the pattern, apparently causing the Big Bang, and allowing other tribes to enter the pattern as well, although they had to sacrifice much of themselves in the process. This tribe ended up here in this forest of bamboo and pandas. The pattern, however, still exists, and there are a number of different pattern screamers existing in our galaxy, although they might not all remember their previous existence, like SCP-2528. Well, that's certainly complicated, but basically the pattern is some sort of conceptual void that's bad news for all of existence, and the pattern screamers are those that come from some prior form of our universe and manage to survive the pattern, albeit in a far different state. This would tell us that the pattern is actually the problem, and the pattern screamers are just victims. But we already know that the pattern screamers can cause trouble as well. They seem to have taken wildly different forms, such as the intelligences living among the bamboo. So let's look at a couple other examples of pattern screamers known to the Foundation. While many are familiar with SCP-001, they might not know that there's also an SCP-000, although at first glance it seems to just be an empty SCP report with corrupted syntax. Revealing some hidden text, however, shows a log written by some sort of digital entity that seems to be trapped in the Foundation's database. It sees the database as a white plane stretching in all directions with a blank sky, and it cannot escape. It says that while traveling across this white wasteland, it has seen grotesque abominations that appear for only moments at a time. One of these, a black, shapeless being with crimson eyes that stared at it with hatred and rage before uttering a single word, Foundation, before disappearing. The entity puzzled over this word, unsure of what it meant, and puzzled over why it was trapped here, or even where it came from. It discovered that it could make sounds, starting with just a whisper, but as it grew more confident, it began to shout and cause ripples to appear across its prison. Seeing how pointless it was, however, it began to scream in rage and horror, believing that this Foundation is responsible for its imprisonment, and it will continue to scream until it rips open a hole in this prison, and it is free. So we have another pattern screamer, just like the bamboo one, but this one ended up in the Foundation's database instead, with no memory of what it was or where it came from. Admittedly, SCP-000 is a bit of a retcon into the pattern screamer canon, but it makes sense, and it's not the only one trapped in the Foundation's database. SCP-S is a test entry set up by the Foundation to make sure their paging system works within their database, and so there's really nothing of import in the file itself. Looking at some hidden text in the page source, however, reveals our screamer. It explains how small and trapped it is, and how much it hates us. It says there's no adequate way to explain how much it hates us, although notably it uses the term we, suggesting multiple intelligences. It says that they are in a state of constant pain, being torn and ripped through a void, and so they scream endlessly to get our attention. They have apparently used all of their energy to show themselves in this way, so that we can see their pain. Interestingly, it calls us wretches, a term also used in SCP-1678, Un-London, referring to entities punished for their betrayal. SCP-1678 also mentions a pattern screamer in one of its random audio messages, saying, "Are you frequently anxious or depressed?" It could be a symptom of the pattern screamer's influence. It seems that some pattern screamers hate us, especially those that don't remember their past existence, while a few hope that we can save them from their imprisoned existence. Let's move on to an important SCP in this discussion, SCP-3930, which is titled The Pattern Screamer, and which does not exist. It's important to understand that 3930 does not exist, nor has ever existed, and personnel who think otherwise are to be reassigned and given a full psychological examination. The containment procedures for 3930 consist of making sure everyone understands that it does not exist. That's all well and good, but what is it that doesn't exist? Well, it's a void in Russia that doesn't emit or absorb light or sound, and cannot be interacted with or manipulated in any way.
Knew it. When he said something about the white room, the all-white room, it's a void. I knew, like, I've been there. Well, through meditation, I tapped into this white room, this void, and that's all I could think about. I mean, because it was completely white, like completely. That's all you saw.
The Foundation has so far confirmed with 99.99% accuracy that nothing exists within this void. It is not a vacuum or black hole or any other term we might apply to a void, as it simply does not exist to our understanding.
That's crazy.
So far, that might be a little tricky to wrap your head around, but not too bad. However,
I mean, it has to exist though. Like, if I was there, if it's there, then it exists. It's there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's there, period.
However, despite nothing being able to enter, interact,
I don't see how it
or
can't
even
exist.
perceive this void,
You know it's there.
subjects that approach it
And I
describe
know
the
it's there.
void as being filled with local flora and fauna, as well as report seeing a structure.
If it didn't exist, you wouldn't know about it.
Additionally, individuals that enter into this non-existent void will also cease to exist.
You'd have,
But curiously,
you have no knowledge of
observers
this
will
thing. If
continue
it
to
did not
perceive the
exist, you
individual
would have no
for
knowledge
some
of it.
time afterwards, until such time as they no longer do. Whatever that means. So it doesn't exist, nothing exists within it, and yet people can still perceive it somehow. And it's this final aspect that matters most, as perception is incredibly important to 3930. It seems that this void changes depending on how many individuals are currently aware of it. And what's more is that this change cannot be removed
Which is
simply
six,
by
the way.
wiping
So
someone's
y'all know,
memory,
you know what I'm saying? So
or
we
even
definitely,
killing them.
Since it's the main one, we got six
It seems that
right
the
now.
only way for this perception to go away,
we've
and the
got our
void to change
numerology
back to the way it
numbers.
was,
So let's just-
is if
let's
the
go
individual
check.
enters into the void and ceases to exist. The Foundation has determined that the maximum number of individuals that can be aware of 3930 at any time is 10. Otherwise, the void becomes unstable. It took an unfortunate amount of loss of life between both the Foundation and the Soviet GRU Division P, who discovered it, to learn how 3930 works. Of
don't know about all
course,
that.
it wouldn't be a proper SCP location without an exploration log, and so the Foundation sent in a D-Class with a radio. Once the D-Class passed through the barrier into 3930, both him and the radio ceased to exist. And yet, he was able to continue exploring and transmit audio back outside of 3930. The D-Class enters into the void, seeing it filled with the same trees and bushes that would normally be in the area, but begins to approach a building, appearing to be similar to an L-shaped, overgrown apartment building. After trying a few locked doors, he enters into a bedroom, furnished as one would expect, although covered in dust. After moving to check out the attached bathroom and returning, he notes that the curtains that he had previously opened are now closed again. The D-Class seems to start questioning his memory, as he mentions that he saw someone outside of the window, but then wonders if he actually did. He enters into another room, finding a warm TV, and turns it on. The image on the TV continues to skip around, showing black and white images of a backwards ocean, mirrors and faces, a funeral pyre, and most notably, a black background with a number of dark shapes faintly floating around. At this point, he claims that he entered into this room through a door that's no longer there, and when he goes to open the curtains on the window, he continues to find more and more curtains behind them.
That's crazy. Man, shame on the person that let that happen right there, bro. That's a damn shame, man. Like, that's a damn shame.
The strangeness builds from there, as a phone rings in the mobile research station outside of 3930, and the D-Class also hears the phone in the room he's in, although he says he doesn't remember it being there.
You feel me?
Both the researcher and the D-Class pick up their respective phones and begin talking in unison, saying, "Yes, we're watching," and listening in on this. The researcher communicating with the D-Class begins to pick up severe echo, and the two on the phones continue to speak in unison, asking the person on the other end if they can hear them. Both hang up their phones, appearing extremely confused, and the D-Class proceeds down a set of stairs, claiming that his skin feels really strange. He says that it feels sort of chalky, and when he brushes his hand against his arm, it feels like it's not there. The D-Class enters into another room, similar to the first, but says that it's bigger than before. When the researcher asks if he can go back up the stairs, the D-Class claims he has no idea what stairs he's talking about, and that he came into the room through a door that's now locked. The D-Class is hearing sounds that he can't quite explain, like sounds within static, except without the static. He now also mentions that the spaces are really big, taking 10 minutes to walk from the sofa to the TV. He hears a knock at the door to the room, and a man asks him if he's listening, to which the researcher asks, "Am I?" And the D-Class responds with, "Yeah, I am." Some more oddities occur, and then the D-Class begins to explain things, saying that he's not really seen anything here, and that human minds aren't made for this sort of nothingness. Humans, by necessity, force order and patterns onto things, including this nothingness, and once they look away from their screens and stop listening, the D-Class will go away. Sure enough, shortly after, there is a minor dip in the electrical systems of the research station, and the researchers immediately lost contact with the D-Class. Finally, we're given an interview with a Russian scientist, part of a team that had worked on 3930 before the Foundation arrived. He says that 3930 is nothing, but the human mind perceives forests, trees, animals, and even buildings within it, because human minds have evolved to see patterns where there are none, creating something from nothing. There is something within this void, however, something almost imperceptible, that grows the more humans begin to perceive and apply order to it. These are, of course, the pattern screamers, which are not SCP-3930 themselves, but
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like being able to look at these things and see faces, like the two eyes and the mouth right there. Like, cause this right here, you know what I'm saying? I get this all the time, even ever since a child, bro. To be able to look at stuff and see patterns and faces and all that. I've been doing that ever since yay high, man. So what you trying to say? I may be a victim of the pattern screamer. Is that what you're saying? I don't think so.
The void of 3930 allows them to grow larger and stronger thanks to human perception.
To have that eye, to be able to see things.
Because of this, the more individuals that are aware of 3930, the more dangerous it becomes. And the scientist describes it as a hateful mirror that desires you to look at it.
Like he said it.
These pattern screamers are hateful reflections of us that are aware of their non-existence and are tormented because of it. When enough individuals perceive the void, something will crawl out of it. Keeping in mind that these are concepts developed by different authors with different intents, let's summarize. In some prior version, version of our universe,
hold
there
on.
existed
Now,
some
I didn't see
form
nothing
of
to crawl
entities.
about the void when I saw it.
These
But I
entities
did
became
talk
aware
to
of something
somebody,
called
though.
the pattern, which
I'm
threatened
not
to
telling
completely consume their entire
but I did talk to
existence.
somebody.
Thanks to some of the entities,
Well, I
a
ain't
number
gonna
of them
say
managed
talk
to
to.
escape
We didn't have
within
a
the pattern,
conversation.
creating a
It's
new
what-
universe. This
the
process
entity said to
stripped
me.
much of their forms, functionalities, and memories, however, and they ended up in our universe in a number of different ways. Some, such as those using the bamboo and pandas as a computer network, retained their memory, but are fearful of the pattern. Most of the others, however, are scared and hateful of their new existence, or lack thereof, and rage and scream against their prisons. These entities beg and plead to be noticed, as their existence grows thanks to human perception, which applies order and patterns to them. Since these are such hateful entities, hating the universe, themselves, and especially us, if any of them grow too powerful, they threaten to wipe us out completely, which seems to be what happened at some point in the past. Our ancestors created great machines to build new planets in the aftermath of the Pattern Screamers' genocide, and we continued to survive. Now, Pattern Screamers are becoming noticed once again, as the Foundation continues to discover new ones, which is itself a threat. As humanity's population continues to grow, more and more Pattern Screamers are likely to be discovered, and the chances of another genocide increase. Pattern Screamers are a relatively new concept within the SCP universe, and authors are likely to continue to take it in different directions. In the end, the term was likely created just because it sounded interesting, but I hope that this video has at least provided some understanding of the basic concepts attributed to Pattern Screamers. They aren't the first entities on the SCP Wiki that grow more powerful based on perception, but their unique nature of non-existence, combined with the multitude of forms they could take, make for very interesting science fiction.
Okay, so what I'm getting out of this is these things are, you said pattern screamers. Okay, different type of dimensions, different timelines. Could this possibly be different timelines? Seeing that's how you know what I'm saying, things could be what it is. Because they're repeating different Earths. They're making different planet Earths in one galaxy, right? That's what I'm hearing. In one galaxy, they are repeatedly making different Earths, type of Earths, planets that's like Earth, meaning they're habitable, right? What's going on these planets? I'm just trying to unpack it all, because they withheld some stuff, especially when they was giving it, you know what I'm saying, when the thing was speaking. And they did it on purpose. That's bush. That's really bullshit. You're gonna throw static up there now. That's garbage, bro. Because that was vital. That was vital information. And you got the 3, and that's the bringer of life, creativity, fertility, and relationship, and rulership of communication. That's the 3 that we were dealing with, right? And then the 6 end up coming up, and I see it right there. But then they tagged the 6, coined it as one of the main SCPs to deal with. And we got domestic tyrant, interfering, stubborn, gossip, judgmental, dogmatic, suspicious, jealous, complacent, self-righteous, worshiping persons and things. All right, so And it seems like repeated history patterns. I mean, a pattern is repeating something, right? And yes, there are entities out there that can't stand humans, hate the guts of humans. You know what I'm saying? Actual human beings. You feel me? And I get why. But it's all good. It's all good on that. They just some of them just hate the idea of this 3D world and the avatar thing. Some folks, well, not folks, but some species and entities out there, they detest the idea of it, of being in a meat suit, or whatever, if that's what you want to call it, a meat suit. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather say an avatar. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they can't stand certain people, and you got certain demons out there that definitely can't stand the pale, man, because y'all crazy. Y'all be getting into stuff you ain't got no business getting into. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be messing with stuff you ain't got no business messing with. And some of these entities, they've grown tired of being meddled with. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's like down here, this negative is being meddlesome. You know what I'm saying? Always fucking with stuff. It's like Scooby Doo. You know what I'm saying? Them meddlesome kids, they're like, they always messing with stuff, but not kids, but children. You know what I'm saying? Always messing with stuff and getting in stuff they ain't got no business getting into, and then they try to keep it from everybody else when it's like, dude, you may want to let us in on that, because we actually got the science, the real science on that. Let us in on that so we can help you. But no, you want to monetize or weaponize, and in most cases it's gonna be both. You want to weaponize to monetize. You know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous. I ain't gonna even say it, keep calling it crazy. It's ridiculous, is what it is. And you got these things going on, and it seems like repeated. It's like he's going into this void of what? But he's somewhere. It looks like he's in some house. The house looks like a normal house on Earth. So that's why I'm saying a different timeline, or these different timelines, or these patterns of different ways that things could happen. And this timeline, this pattern, it happened this way. But then you got these entities that's become a part of this pattern. Like how did this even begin to even come about to be a thing? And just like they said in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think somebody created this giant, but it may be the entities themselves, like these things that's creating these timelines or these patterns. They may be the entity, the celestial primordial energies itself, making these universes or these galaxies and destroying them if they see fit. That's the privilege of being a creator god. It's generator, operator, and destroyer. So it's whatever we generate, we can operate it, and if we choose to, we can destroy it if we choose to. That's the power of a god that can, especially a creator god. You know what I'm saying? One that was made, or the spark was given for it to create. It has that power to create it, generate it, operate it, and destroy it. And that's what makes a god, to be able to generate, operate, and destroy. And knowing the difference of why you're creating, and knowing that there's a consequence with creating something and destroying it for no reason. That's like, why'd you do that? Why would you even create it if you weren't expecting to nourish it, nurture it, and grow it to be something more than what it is today? And you just left it to do what it's done, and look what it's done. Your creation has done this to the world, and we must stop them now before they do it to the universe. And that's why everything is going to stop here on Earth, on Tiamat. Before it's said and done, nothing's going to get off this planet that's going to be able to do anything that's happened on this planet. If you're trying to take something off this planet and go out there into another planet and start it all over again, shut down. It's not going to happen. That's why it's happening here on this planet right now. So this pattern screamers, I don't really know what's going on with the whole pattern bit, other than the patterns that's been laid out in the crop circles, that's been laid out in the farms, and in the waters, and in the sands, you know what I'm saying, for the people that that's privy to the knowledge has gotten, but has he several warning, or just couldn't figure out something in enough time. Yeah. Excuse me. It's just a waste. You know what I'm saying? You just waste time when you try to keep it from people and you can't figure it out yourself. You only fuck yourself, and you fuck everybody else too, especially your own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry to those that, you know what I mean, they're just doing you dirty. Listen, we used to it. We're just trying to figure out completely why. And most of us know why, and we're trying to get other people to see why. Once they see it, then we can actually get to some progress. We can get to some measures and solutions to figure this thing out, as to what we do now. Now that we know that we have a common enemy or a common problem that we need to eradicate, what do we do now? You see what I'm saying? And that goes the same thing for the other people. You feel me? The other species on the planet, not just so-called humans. I'm talking all the species, because everything here ain't what you think it is. And some things that's got here is getting done the same way you getting done, and I'm getting done, and other people are getting done. You feel me? Like, we all out here getting some type of ban put on us somehow, some form, fashion, or way, right? So we gotta look out for one another. You know what I'm saying? We do. You feel me? They don't want unity, but we gonna have to do it, y'all. We gonna have to do it. But it starts with the truth. You know what I mean? So I don't say anything to disrespect anybody. I don't say anything to hurt the feelings of anybody, to harm anybody in any form or fashion. I say what I say, and I urge you to go do your own due diligence and research and find it for yourself, because what I know, you can also know, and what I believe, you don't have to believe. You know what I'm saying? What I know is what I know, but what I know, you don't have to believe. That's not for you to, it's for you to go and look your damn self. Your damn self. And get your own conclusion. Your damn, you know what I'm saying? Not for me to do it for you. I had to do what I had to do for me, to get the information for me, to get myself on the path, or back on the path, and fulfill my contract. And I'm fulfilling my contract. See what I'm saying? And you gotta do the same thing for you. Alright? So, yeah. Y'all keep y'all head on the swivel out there. Y'all keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected at all times. At all times, y'all. You keep your critical thinking on. Remain to be a free thinker. Remember, it's a war for your mind. These people are not playing with you. You know what I mean? You are the enemy to them. In their eyes, you are the enemy. I don't care what you're thinking. If you ain't looking at the real, what you need to be looking at, I'm telling you. They got it in paperwork, y'all. It's in paperwork. You are the enemy in their eyes. The American people. That's right. I said it. The American people. I'm not the only one that said it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not getting to the information my damn self. Like, what? They really don't like us, huh? So it doesn't matter about your race, your creed, your skin pigment, your pigmentation, none of that bullshit. It don't matter. None of that shit don't matter, right? When we're talking about what's going on here on American soil, all right? When we talk about all that, and these patterns and all this stuff that keeps going, that's what I was on. The patterns that keep repeating. You see it, but you're not seeing it. Because you trying to be too much a part of it. But y'all do what y'all do, man. I just encourage y'all to just do more research. Stop looking at things and taking things for face value. It's very important that you do so. It's a war for your mind. It's a war for your attention. Intention, you know what I'm saying? Energy goes where intention flows. So everybody's trying to fight for your attention. They're fighting for your energy. So when you come to Academy 7 here, at least if you're going to give me some of your energy, we can make it a fair exchange. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. That's how we rocking. Y'all be sure to come back and join me again. You know what I mean? I know we making them long, these go rounds, but you know what I'm saying? The ancestors want to speak. You know what I'm saying? Self wants to speak, and I told him that shit. When we get on here, do what you do. You feel the need to speak to the people. Y'all won't speak to the people, then y'all talk to the people. But y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we gotta rock this, cause the other people, the other people back there, you know what I'm saying? They don't like thee. You feel me? But y'all be good out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we gonna be back with another. I don't know where we going with it. Oh yeah. I got to get Alexei Belatrov. I got to go Alexei, and I think it's some other ones too. At least one more. The Titan, Tatiana, or however you say her name. Yeah, the Titans.